us know there are many reasons why a woman should breastfeed a child to begin with. Well, today we're going to discuss the benefits of breastfeeding past the age of 1. Now, we're not going to talk about who's right, who's wrong, if it's okay to do in public, if it's gross to do it past the age of 1. That's not what we're talking about. I don't care about that right now. I'm going to talk about the hardcore facts. The facts that American Pediatrics Association and the World Health Organization have researched, and different groups, others, have researched the benefits of breastfeeding and what is actually in the breast milk after the age of 1. Now, American Pediatrics Association and WHO both suggest breastfeeding exclusively, just breast milk and nothing else, to the age of 6 months, and then after that doing a complementary diet, so good fruits, vegetables, meat, up until the age of 2. Now, there are cultures that breastfeed up to age of 7, but why? Why do they do this? In the U.S., this is a crazy concept of why they do it. Well, some of the reasons: it helps with the child's immune system. It helps with their health and intellectual development. Also, the mental and social development, which that seems kind of crazy. The immune system, wouldn't that already be developed? Actually, according to research, until the age of 1, it's only 60% developed, and it's not fully developed until about the age of 6. So, my daughter, who's 1 year old, does not have the immune system I have at the age of 27. So it's good for them to get the immune system, so when they're sick, a woman's body will naturally adjust in order to meet the needs and get the antibodies and nutrition the child needs to get over that cold, which is great. And according to, in the age of 6 is according to the La Lachey League, which is a huge organization that does lots of breastfeeding and information. They're the ones that say that a child's immune system is not developed till the age of 6, fully developed till the age of 6. So between then, they still need that extra boost in order to get their colds. Now, only 16 ounces. This is all a kid needs after the age of 1 to really get the full benefits. 16 ounces of breast milk between the ages of 12 months and 23 months produce 29% of the energy a child needs, also 43% of the protein, 36% of the calcium, 75% vitamin A, 76% of the folic acid they need, 94% of vitamin B12, and 60% of vitamin C. Well, vitamin C and vitamin A are two of your huge things that help with fighting off a cold. So having that high, which you're not going to find in a standard diet nowadays, you're not going to find a lot of that. So just doing with that alone, plus a good diet of vegetables, fruits, healthy lean meats, is really going to boost that child's immune system and give that child energy. Plus, breast milk is so easy for a child to adjust. So when they are sick, their body doesn't have to do that extra work in order to adjust the food. Now, for their health and intellectual development, because there's going to be the fewer illnesses from the added stuff, the shorter time of being sick. So it's going to be amazing that you're not going to have to deal with a crabby kid. Because I know my daughter has a stuffy nose right now, and it's horrible. There's also suggestions out there that there's a lower death rate for the longer the breastfeed. I couldn't find anything that gave accurate measurements or accurate studies, but I kind of think they're going off of your kid's less sick, less chance of being death. The reason why there is better health of them because they have the higher antibodies, and those higher antibodies are found after the age of 1. So it's in that second year of breastfeeding that child really is getting the antibodies they need, because it's when they're getting more exposed to the dirt and stuff that's on your floor and the germs outside by playing in the grass. So they're really going to need those antibodies. There's also proof that there's been higher IQs in the school-age kids because of breast milk, because it has the DHA, the folic acid the child needs for their brain to fully develop. And that is awesome, because you can never have too much of something that's going to help your brain develop, because it's already hard enough in school as is, right? Alright, so the mental and social things. According to Elizabeth Baldwin, a quote I saw that is just amazing. Breastfeeding is a warm, loving way to meet the needs of children. It not only perks them up and energizes them, it also soothes their frustrations, their bumps and bruises, and daily stresses in early childhood. In addition, nursing past infancy helps little ones make gradual transition from infant to child. I know from experience, my daughter, she is in that stage where she's learning to walk, and she's constantly bumping and bruising and everything and falling, and it's traumatic in the other in the world, if you know what I mean. And instantly, as soon as she starts breastfeeding, it calms her. When she's frustrated that mom won't give her something, or dad was a meanie and told her no, it's an instant soother. So it's amazing, and that also kind of goes along with their independence. Once a child knows that they can come back to something, if something doesn't go wrong, they have that, I guess you can say, safety net. They're gonna be a little more into wanting to do something. They're gonna test the boundaries a little more because they know if I fall, I have mom to come back to. Mom's gonna always be there for me, and it seems to hold true. So, like I said, so far with my daughter, she's been amazing. She's at 8 months was walking along furniture, and she's still kind of iffy and walking on her own, but hopefully soon, maybe not too soon. Now, with all those amazing, amazing benefits for the child, what about mom? We're sitting here day after day feeding them, taking care of them. Are there any benefits for us? I know as a mother, you're constantly doing things for other people, so it's kind of nice to get that extra benefit for you. It lowers your cancer rates. It lowers breast cancer, ovarian cancer, endometrial cancer, and there's a couple other ones, but in a lot of the cancer ones, there's different percentages out there that I found. Some were saying 4% for each 6 months. Some were saying 50% for the first year. So I think it kind of varied a lot more with your factors of your family history of breastfeeding. I don't think some of those studies really threw that factor out. I know for me, I have a higher cancer factor because my grandmother had it. So any benefit I can get to lower breast cancer is going to be amazing. Part of the reason why they say for breast cancer, it helps both with the hormone type of breast cancer and the non-hormonal type of breast cancer. So that is really good because you don't do that. The reason for ovarian cancer, why it reduces it, is because it reduces your chance of ovulation. When a mother is breastfeeding a child, your body naturally goes into kind of like a survival mode for the child, and will put off ovulation of having another child so your body can focus on taking care of this child at this time. So that's why it does that. The endometrial cancer, there's less stimulation of that lining because you're not ovulating, so you're not going to have that irritation or whatever to have that type of cancer, which is great. The reason why they say that it reduces your chance of cancer is because fat-soluble pollutants and carcinogens are less in lactating mothers. So that stuff doesn't get in the breast milk, doesn't get in the breast and stuff, so that's why it drops it. You have a lower estrogen level because, once again, your body is going in that survival mode, doesn't want that egg to come out, so it's going to go in that survival mode so that your body doesn't produce an ovulation, so you don't have another child, so it does that. There's also a study out there that was done with 55,636 women in the U.S. Nurses Health Study number 2. Between 1991 and 2005, they did a cardiovascular study, and it was shown that the higher risk, there was a higher risk in mothers for cardiovascular disease if they did not breastfeed versus if they did. From the articles I read, a couple articles I read, it didn't seem like after a year. Now, most say for breast cancer that the longer you breastfeed, the lower your chances. But with cardiovascular disease, after a year, there is no noticeable difference. So, say if it's 50%, it lowers your chance. That's it. It's not going to lower the chance, or you go. The reason why when you breastfeed, you produce higher oxytocin and prolactin, which reduce these two things help reduce your blood pressure and keep it regular. So when your blood pressure is regular, you relax a little bit more. It's going to help lower those chances of having a heart attack, having a clogged artery, or whatever. So that's amazing. And these are the things I love about breastfeeding. Not only is it cheap to breastfeed, but it has so many benefits that a lot of people don't know. There's all this search out there that says, oh, after the age of 1, there's no benefit. And this one I've had an argument. There's no benefit. Well, even if it's water, water's a benefit. We need water to survive. So there's always going to be that benefit, but it's great to know that it helps with the child's immune system. It helps with their emotional development, their mental development, their intellectual development. It helps with mom, and that's huge. Moms don't take care of ourselves. So it's great to know that breastfeeding, as controversial as it is, there's benefits to it for the mother and the child past the age of 1. Thank you guys for listening.